All right, we're continuing on with our Read the Bible with me. All right, we're on Genesis chapter 6, we're on verse 8. All right, we're talking about Noah and the flood. All right, let's get straight into it. Chapter 6, verse 8. But Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. Right? This verse right here is the turning point. All right, so the whole world, remember the whole world is corrupt. Right? Every thought is evil, continuously just evil. So judgment is coming. Right? But Noah has found grace. Right? Noah didn't earn it. Right? You can't earn God's grace. Right? But Noah believed in God, and in return God showed him favor. And it shows us that when the world is under judgment, that grace still operates. Right? Just because the world is evil, God still has grace. Okay? Verse 9. This is the account of Noah and his family. Noah was a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time, and he walked faithfully with God. Right? So Noah was not sinless. Right? Noah sinned just like everyone else, but it doesn't mean he was flawless. Right? He said he was perfect. Right? It just means he's blameless. Right? It means he's wholehearted towards God. He walked with God, and that's the key point to take away here, right? In a violent, demonic, and a corrupt world, Noah still walked with God. Right? He didn't blend in, he didn't compromise, right? He just walked with God. And that's the same thing we have to do today in our corrupted world. Right? We got to walk with God. Verse 10. Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Right? From these 3 begot sons, right? This will become the entire human race that we see today after the flood. So God is about to narrow humanity down to one family. So our ancestry has to come from either Shem, Ham, or Japheth. All right, pretty cool thing to read, right? Verse 11. Now the earth was corrupt in God's sight and was full of violence. 12. God saw how corrupt the earth had become, for all the people on the earth had corrupted their ways. Right, so our violence filled the earth, right? Corruption has filled the earth. All flesh had corrupted, right? And when God looked at the earth, it was no longer good. We know when he was creating the world back in Genesis 1, once he created something, he said, and it was good, right? God looked at the earth and it was no longer good. Right, it had spoiled, sin had rotted it from the inside out. Not just certain individuals, but society itself. 13. So God said to Noah, I'm going to put an end to all people, for the earth is filled with violence because of them. I'm surely going to destroy both them and the earth. So God had reached his limit. He'd been patient. He'd given warnings. He has allowed time, but holiness requires judgment, right? This wasn't out of emotional anger, right? This was just righteous judgment. We've got to remember that judgment is holy, right? Holiness is judgment. Holiness requires judgment to be holy. 14. So make yourself an ark of cypress wood, make rooms in it and coat it with pitch inside and out. So God's given detailed instructions, right? He's going to give dimensions, materials, structure, pitch inside and out. So this isn't random, right? God is precise. And Noah must obey precisely in order to survive. Verse 15. This is how you are to build it. The ark is to be 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high. 16. Make a roof for it, leaving below the roof an opening 1 cubit high all around. Put a door in the side of the ark and make lower, middle, and upper decks. Right, so 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, 30 cubits high. It's got 3 decks, right? 1 door, 1 window. This vessel was massive, right? And its proportions, they're ideal for stability, right? God has designed an unsinkable ship long before shipbuilding even existed. right? And that just serves as another reminder that this book is not the product of a man, right? When writing this book, there wasn't shipbuilding, right? And God had designed an unsinkable ship, right? It shows that's not the product of a man. 17, I'm going to bring flood waters on the earth to destroy all life under the heavens, every creature that has the breath of life in it. Everything on earth will perish. Right? So now we see judgment and covenant in the same chapter. So God destroys the wicked, but he preserves the righteous. Right? Noah and his family in the ark. Right? There's 8 people on that ark, and that's it. 19. You are to bring into the ark 2 of all living creatures, male and female, to keep them alive with you. 20. 2 of every kind of bird, of every kind of animal, and of every kind of creature that moves along the ground will come to you to be kept alive. 21. You are to take every kind of food that is to be eaten and store it away as food for you and for them. Right? So he says 2 of every kind, male and female. Right? Animals, birds, right? And there's food stored for all. People say that it couldn't fit, but there was ample space, right? There was enough space. And God himself said the animals would come, right? Noah didn't chase them, right? God sent them. And another example of that, when God commands, creation obeys. 22. Noah did everything just as God commanded him. Right? So that verse covers 120 years, right? Cutting wood, building, preaching righteousness, enduring ridicule, waiting. Noah simply obeyed, right? No complaints were recorded, no rebellion recorded. He did what God told him to do, and that is pure faith, right? There was no emotion, right? He wasn't seeking popularity, just simple obedience to God, right? And that's the message really of Noah, right? And it, like, God picked him, right, and saved him in a corrupt, demonic world. Right? That is who you inspire to be like. Right? He wasn't sinless, but he just walked with God. He obeyed God. Right? A few closing thoughts from chapter 6. So the world was corrupt. There was violence everywhere. Judgment was certain to come. But one man walked with God. Right? And grace had made the difference. Right? We're going to stop it there, but next we're going to see the flood, if you watch the next video. But for now, God bless you all. Stay safe. Pray that you have a good rest of your day, weekend, whatever it is. Hopefully see you guys in the next one. Thank you.